Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Real Talk with Ro. I am your host, Rashada Hall, sitting in again. My co-host, my little sister. Go ahead, introduce yourself, Andrea.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Renee, and I'm back again.
Yes,
I'm
she
back
she
again.
commandeered the co-host seat from last week. We were talking about how people be cooking and stuff like that, and I told men, yeah, be careful because don't be saying she don't cook as good or you don't cook as bad as your mama, and then she just did the whole like, yeah, we
Might
thought
be
she ain't
just
your mama. We need to
better
talk
than
about
your
that.
mamas.
So we're here back this week talking about today's show topic per Andrea is she ain't your mama, and we just added in he ain't your daddy.
Yeah.
We added that in at the last minute. So she ain't your mama, he ain't your daddy. So you all like, share. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Put the alert on so you know when we're coming on. If you're on Facebook right now, go ahead and like it and share it. Start a watch party on the night because we're about to get into some stuff. I know Andrea is about to take me down a whole list of why women are not your mama. I know you are not Renee Harper nor Vanessa Hall, but she's about to remind me again. So hey, it is what it is. So give us since you are the one that came up with today's social.
I didn't. It was one of our viewers who typed it in, and then you made that comment.
But then you said,
I just ran with it.
You did. You ran with it.
And
okay.
It's a good topic because so often you come across people who say, "Oh, you may do something," or we're going to use the example for cooking.
Okay, let's talk about cooking.
My mama didn't make the potato salad like that. She did it like this. Okay, well, this ain't your mama's potato salad. This Andrea Renee's potato salad, okay? So this is how it's going to taste now. Now you can say, you know what, babe, you can add a little seasoning salt or something, but don't tell me how somebody else did it.
I listen.
I'm just saying.
I hear you.
And if the list goes on to cooking, to cleaning, oh, they cleaned like this, or she wore her clothes like this, or she take care of me like this when I'm sick. I've gotten that. And you didn't rub my back like my mama. What? I am not your mama. I'm your woman.
Hence, ladies and gentlemen, how we got the topic. She ain't your mama. And we got in the studio. Andrea was nice enough to say, you know what? We need to add in, he ain't your daddy.
That
either.
is true. It's not just on men, but women. We do it too. If you were honest with yourselves, you would honestly say, because I've said it. Well, I was raised like this, and this. A man's supposed to do this, and this per my father or per father, my godfather, or a man that I've seen. So we do that as well. Have you came across a woman saying, well, my daddy?
Yes, I have. You come in. I mean, and I'm all for a woman having a good male figure, a father in her life that is teaching her by example how a man is supposed to treat a woman. But I think she does have to understand that me and every other man in the world that is not her father is exactly that. We're not her father.
Okay.
Right? So you all listen, get ready. Call in number. You see it on the screen, 424-390-6993. We're talking about she ain't your mommy, he ain't your daddy. Right? So given that, since we started with the she ain't your mama, what is, right, the definition? Like, where does it cut off? Where does it start? Where does it come off? Where does it cut off?
Now, it's good to have a woman that you would like. So I think it's semi-normal because that's how you were raised.
Okay.
So if you was raised in the house with your mother, it's certain things that you like that she did, and you would like your significant other or spouse to have some traits like that. Now, the cutoff is when you want her to be exactly like your mother and not possess certain traits that she do. So that's where the cutoff is, where you're comparing me to your mother to a certain extent, to where, okay, I'm not her, I'm me. But it should be certain things in me that you see that you like that maybe your mother once did.
Okay.
So that's where I think the cutoff is when you try to make me her, not look for things in me that remind you of her.
Right. Give me some examples. Let's expound on this so we can.
So, for instance, for the cooking thing is, I think, number one in regards to women, because everyone dish is not the same.
That's true.
So you can't say, "Oh, you didn't make it like her," but then and then bash me because I didn't make it like her. But just try to enjoy the way I made it, and then maybe, okay, I can sit down with your mother one day and see how she make it.
Yeah, because you can get in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for real trouble by saying, "Oh, my mama didn't make it like this," or
Yeah.
do you know what we're doing? Do I need to call? Like, listen, bro, brothers,
don't do it.
You cannot interject another woman, particularly your mother, into your current relationship.
Absolutely.
Why? Because this woman is not your mother.
Not at all.
She did not birth you. One, she's not going to love you like your mother does.
Because her job is to, yes, she's a nurturer, but she's supposed to nurture her children, not her man, in that aspect. So your mother, she only has, that's her job.
Okay.
So I can't do her job. That's her job. Now, since I do have nurturing traits in me, you can see that and then cling to that, but not make me do completely that role.
All right. So now if the woman is not your mama, right? We got that established. Does that responsibility switch, that she has to be able to hold the title of, because we talked about it, exclusive mate,
yes,
or fiance,
okay,
or wife now, right? Because I would see that as what she's leveling up. Right. When you step into the wife status, now you've now leveled up. You're more, to me, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm starting, my mother gave me life. Cool. We're not taking those strikes away from the
not
mama.
At all.
But now I'm supposed to now build a life with you.
Absolutely.
Right. So which means you kind of need to be a level up.
Yeah, you step into another role.
Right. You step into another role to where you have to hold, I guess, I don't know. You have to hold some things down, almost like the mama did. Not like the mama did, but the semblances that some men may look at, like, my mama did this, she did this, she did this, she did this. Not in comparison to you, but now if you're gonna step into this wife role, are you gonna be able to hold it down and be like that ride or die, that boo boo, you know what I'm saying? Because the frame, my experience is
your perception has to change on, my mother did these things for me because she was my mother. She was the nurturer. She was supposed to take care of me. Versus a wife now does these things for the household because she's my partner. Your mother is not your partner. She takes care of you. She's over you. But your wife is beside you.
Ooh, look at you. You came ready for the argument today. Andrea came. She said she ain't come to play no games today. I got you. I feel you. Right? Because I think it's
that's when
it's
the mindset
more of a
response
to me. It's more of a responsibility for you to be the wife.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Than it is to be the mother. But I think some men have this there's a standard, right, that some mothers have set, which some men see from marriage, see how the mom took care of the dad, or she has taken care of the children in raising him and his brothers or sisters or different things like that. So now you have this blueprint
of what you think it should look like.
Right, of what you think, or what you think is cool or not. Wrong, right, or indifferent, there's a blueprint there. You either know what you do want
or what you don't.
Right, or what you don't want.
Absolutely. Which is a good thing, because you
so
need
now
that.
It's like, if she's coming in and if he's a traditional man, not traditional man, and he has these particular expectations, it's like, man, can you step up and meet him? Don't say you want to be a partner, right? And you're not doing everything that a partner does, right? Okay. Because a partner is not an individual.
No,
they are what? A partner. They're not
half of one.
I'm not, right? So that whole independent thought process, I think, kind of has to fly out the door. Not that you're not independent, but when you're talking about a partnership, we have to work
together.
Right? Exactly. Together. Right. So I think from that vantage point, I think is where I'm coming from, because you got a lot of, women be like, well, and then they'll use it in the reverse. I'm not doing all that. Hell, I ain't your mama. Exactly. Wait a minute. But you want to be the partners, right? You know what I'm saying? How that thing can flip.
I ain't your mama. I'm not doing that. I'm not cooking every day.
Boom.
5 days a week.
Boom.
I done worked the whole 8-hour job. Yeah.
Right. But now his framework.
But his mama did that.
Right. For the dad or whatever. So again, I think it's the environment in which you're coming from, because, and he may have never said your mama, but now she interjects that I'm not doing all that. That's what it takes to be. I ain't hell. What you think? I'm your mama?
Yeah.
Hold on now. I didn't even interject my mama in, but this is my standard. This is my expectation, sort of, kind of, and so, you threw it in.
So would the question be, is your expectations for your mate what your mother possessed?
I don't necessarily know. I mean, but like when you asked me about last week when we were talking about the zero-sum game, from what I remember from childhood, I think my mom she cooked. I do remember my mom cooking a lot. And she was fairly at home. And again, I don't know what agreement her and my dad had. Exactly. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, almost to about, I was either 5 or 6 because I was the youngest. My mom was at home, and then she started to go to work. So that may have been a conversation, right, between her and my dad, that while the kids are this particular age, I would like you to stay home and make sure that you boom, 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 boom. And then once they get of school age, you know what I'm saying? Then they go out. So then from me being 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm at home with my mom is there. Not that my dad was absent, but she was kind of the one there.
The one in the house.
Right. You start seeing, right? Your environment starts to kind of frame your thought that, oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, if your mama cooking every day, then you might have an expectation that when you're getting a girlfriend or moving towards fiance, wife, oh man, it'd be cool if my wife cooked every day. You know what I'm saying? Now, but you have to be old enough to know and mature enough to understand that if she's working, not necessarily the times are different. If she's working, if I'm working, if it just doesn't align to where cooking or cleaning or whatever this generation's things when it comes to things of the house is just,
it's different.
Role reversals, all this gender stuff. Roles. It don't matter, right? Like you're kind of getting into that. Some women, I ain't gonna say all, some they don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to do nothing that resembles housework because they feel that is demeaning or beneath, or it means that you're trying to set them back into a particular area, and you ain't even said that. Like,
and then that's when you have to determine during your dating process, is vetting to see if, okay, is this something that this woman wants or do not want to do or will do? I mean, because you might not do it now, but it does not mean it's something that you won't do in the future.
So you're saying during that process, so from your experiences in your conversations, you're trying to say that the expectation of a man has to be tempered to where you may do certain stuff later, but he has to work his way there.
Doing a whole lot of stuff while we dating, and I'm just not.
Right, we know, because he got to be 6 feet and for him to be able to pick you up.
Yes.
Oh, you know what I mean? You gotta be able to, so we know you not doing it. If he ain't 6 feet, ladies and gentlemen, she is not.
Oh my god! She's all just a know that somebody. Okay, I'm not even gonna say that.
No, say it. What happened? Somebody DM'd you?
Somebody. Lord.
Get up in Andrea Renee DM 6 feeters. You men that are 6 feet and above. She wanna hear from you. Like that's her number one qualification.
No, it's not number one, but it's on the list. 5'11" and up. No, I'm just kidding. Let's move on.
No, what happened? What happened? You gotta tell us what happened. What happened?
I was out this weekend, and I think.
Did you have your mask on?
A little bit.
Okay.
And it's like, do I have a sign on my head that say all short people apply here? Like, I don't know what is going on. And then, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the man. I don't know the man. I don't have a problem with getting to know the man. But my girlfriends, they see he ain't this, so you ain't even get. I said, chill out. They went hard on me this weekend because I didn't really show the man any interest, but he wasn't 5'11", so I just didn't even look that way. It just didn't even register. And I probably was wrong for that. I admit that. I probably should have engaged a little bit more. It's nothing wrong with that. But, it was just horrible. It was a horrible situation. It was horrible.
We see you could have missed out on your thing. Listen,
I ain't gonna miss out.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about she ain't your mama, he ain't your daddy.
Yes.
Right.
Let's get
so
back on the subject.
Now that was on subject because he ain't your daddy. Was your daddy 6 feet?
No.
So what did you see?
My daddy wasn't 6 feet at all. He was like 5. He was more 5'11".
Right. So let's deal with this he ain't your daddy joint.
Yeah.
Right. So this whole protector type of, and you looking at these comments.
It's hilarious.
Does a guy now here, I'm trying to ask the right question because I think I grew up with the father, so I don't want to sound disingenuous or not hitting the nail on the head because my dad was present, I think, in me and Ebony's life. So I'm an avid believer of you. Sometimes you can't talk about a place you haven't been. So I'm trying to understand it and, have this conversation from how women's, I guess, from me, you can tell sometime when a woman has had a dad and when a woman hasn't had one, right? Because you find in yourself saying, man, she must got daddy issues, right? Because stuff that you're just doing innately, right, is not being received. And then the stuff that you're dealing with, it's like there's no rhyme or reason for it.
Okay.
Right. And you just say, she got to have some daddy issues, right? Because you got an expectation that I'm supposed to take care of you. Like your and now, again, your dad may be 50, 60, 70 or something. So he has been able to live a life and amass a certain quality of life that this gentleman that you're meeting in his 20s, mid, late 20s or early 30s has not been haven't been able to acquire yet. Right. And he may have had a partner, but he's on his way. So you're expecting him to be here, right, where your dad is, and he has. That's right. It's an unfair comparison.
Well,
does he have the qualities to see
things that you've seen in your dad was when you were a child? So at that time, he's probably the same age as this gentleman is now. So you can't say, oh, when he's 50, 60, 70. Well, that wasn't when you was a kid. That was when you was an adult.
No, I'm saying we're talking about when you get into a dating age. If you're in your 20s and you're in your 30s or whatever, right? But you seen your dad. Your dad was in his 30s or 40s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now he's gotten to a place to where, and he's always treated you. You know what I mean? This dude may have not had a dad in his life and need to be able. But you see certain qualities right?
now
But you,
in this dating world.
right? You know what I mean? Like he not your dad.
He's not, and that is true. But yeah, it's true. But I will say, women, well, not all, but most, especially if they have had a man around, certain things we do look for. Now, we don't want him to be our daddy per se, like just the way our dad was, but he provided, he did certain things. It's certain things, the women didn't have to worry about. And it's like now those roles has changed and we're like, okay, I'm very old school.
Okay.
I'm very traditional in certain aspects. So some of the things that women are going through now, it's like my aunties and mama and them, they didn't have to deal with that.
Like what?
Like, something as simple as dinner. If you out, and it can be a lot of people at the dinner, the man that was there, he took care of the whole bill. It wasn't nothing. Like, okay, you just pay for the whole entire bill.
Right.
Or
because
in the house, like, you don't have to say, oh, these bills are due. He just gave you money to pay for the bills.
I feel you with that. But then
to the simple as taking the dang trash out. The trash is overflowing, take the trash out. Some people now don't even take out the trash, trust me. I mean, even friends that may come over and we not even together, but just as a man, it's like, don't you see this trash? Take this trash out.
Right. So from your frame of thought, if a man, friend or not, walks into the house and he see my trash is full, as the man,
take it out.
Take it out.
Absolutely.
But he ain't your daddy.
So what? He's still a man.
I'm messing with you.
He's still and that's where I'm.
But
saying,
so you're talking about the chivalry of it.
Yeah.
Like just so you're the woman that you like the gender roles.
Yeah, a little bit.
You like the gender role, but then on what I don't know, Andrea, because you be coming with the independent though. So how much are you independent? Let me make something
very clear.
Right. How independent are you to where you're not in the gender roles?
Independent because I choose to be. I'm independent because I have to be. Oh. There is not a man there that I can lean on to make things happen. So I have to make things happen for myself. So a lot of women are not independent because they choose to be. Some are independent because there's no other choice. And so what, you gonna just sit around and wait, or you just gonna get up and make it happen? I'm not about that's gonna make it happen.
Right. I'm not about you just sitting there and thinking that something is gonna come out the sky. Right. But then we do have to put it out there that I think there is a generation of men that find it hard to deal with this generation of women, because we would say you all are too independent, right? You're
so
too independent.
You're intimidated?
No, that's not. I'm intimidated. You're too independent because there's some room within you. Have to let a man like be a man. We're not talking about the simplicities of taking the trash out. Yeah, bruh. If you're going to take the trash out, man, take the trash out. I'm not talking about that. But the whole vibing of the relationship, you just got to be able to kind of sort of, right? Just because I'm a king doesn't diminish you as a queen.
Absolutely.
Right? And just because you're a queen, it doesn't diminish you as a king.
Absolutely.
Right? You have to be able, but
you have to be secure enough in your position.
Exactly.
To handle that other person.
True. But then the king has to know that generally, I don't know, and if there are any men on here on Facebook or
Marcus says she should take out. Wait, what?
Come on, Beard. I'm just saying, hey, if there are any men on YouTube or Facebook, help me out with this. I'm not an avid chess player. I do want to learn how to play chess. I've heard some great things. It's a good mental game. From the little bit that I know about chess, it's almost like the queen is the most important piece on the board. If there's some men on here, help me out with this. The queen is the most important piece on the board, even though the king is on the board.
Shannon says
Right?
a man's presence is equally important to a woman's life, and vice versa. That is true.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
A man's presence. What else? Anthony, you're independent because that short dude.
What?
I'm not messing with
wants to
Anthony.
bring you dinner.
He's little men have a lot of power. Oh, hold on.
Stop
Shay
it.
Jackson, I don't want my man to pay the whole bill. All right, well, come on through, Shay.
Really?
Come on through, Shay.
Okay, Shay. Now, if you were out and your man decides to just pay for the bill, you would have a problem with that?
Come on, Shay, get the comments.
Go ahead, Shay.
Ben, you can still be an independent woman with a man. Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
All right, we here, Ben.
And so, but I'm not going to say that. You should take out
your own trash before you have guests. Before you have guests over.
He was tripping. Whatever. No. And I do agree that some independent women make it harder for a man to come in.
Right, because when a man wants to just come in and do his thing, it's like,
and you're not letting him. You taking over, and I am guilty of that. I have a takeover spirit, sometimes.
That's that Eve spirit in you. You just want to take over. You
take over. I just do it. I do it myself. And I think for me, as I'm learning myself and trying to reflect on things that I have to work on, is that I'm so used to doing it to where I need to learn how to relinquish and hand it over to someone and be secure that, okay, they can do it.
I think that's fair.
But I think it's the man's kind of job to make me feel secure to know that, okay, he can handle it.
But then, okay, so, I mean, because that kind of goes on that he ain't your daddy. So then how forceful or how aggressive or how does he communicate that in such a way that won't make you react and say, hey, you ain't my daddy? But he's been trying. He's been,
woman, you gotta be a little forceful.
Right, but I'm saying because you're not gonna listen, right? But again, if he comes forceful, let's be honest, the retort back maybe there's a high probability that your retort back is gonna be, well, who you talking to? You ain't my daddy. You can't tell me what to do. But now out of the same mouth, you telling him to be forceful. But which one is it?
Who knows her what she does as far as being resistant. And then when, like me personally, if a man comes forceful in that aspect, I might be like, well, what? But then I would have to think about it like, okay, handle it then. It's just, women, you have to know, okay, if he is coming in that, if he's tried other ways and then
okay. That right. That Pastor Beer said and this is we're reading comments for those of you that are watching. We're reading comments off of Facebook and YouTube. Pastor Beer said a takeover spirit sometimes feels disrespectful to a man.
I agree.
Right? But for a woman just to take over.
I agree.
Right? I agree. Cheryl Lynn said approach cautiously. Right? Cheryl Lynn, you crazy. She said approach cautiously. Right, because now, I mean,
and then that's
dudes want to be chivalrous, but you don't know, because you got let's be honest, you may have a whole generation of women, and I don't want to try to paint everybody with a broad brush. We know that there are needles in the haystack, right there, right in there. But you've grown, a whole generation of women have grown up with this ultra kick towards independence. I don't need no man. I can do good by myself. And you got your former generation of women talking about, she must ain't had no good man. You know what I'm saying? Because they looking at you like, girl, you crazy. You don't know what you're talking. But you have a whole generation of women that are like, I don't need no man. Can't no man tell me what to do. Yeah. I don't need this. Whoa. And again, a man looks at that and be like, what's the use? Now you saying, well, men are not approaching me. Well, it's because of the spirit, as Beer said, it's the spirit that you giving off.
Absolutely.
That makes it not approachable.
You're not approachable.
And then when you let me say this. It doesn't make you approachable to the right man. That's not that men aren't going to come for you. It may not be the right men that you want, ladies. You have to be, because if we're talking in the context, right, of marriage, moving towards marriage, right, that biblical context, if we're going to go there just real quick, Bible tells us a man that findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor, right? So now you should be in a place where you can be found, just not idle. But who are you letting find you? Right? You can't blame the guys that are approaching you. Where are you? What environment are you in?
Or where are you setting yourself up?
Where are you setting yourself up to meet? You said, well, there aren't any quality men. The devil is a lie. Where were you at when you met old below Joe? Right? Or this dude that did, kind of sort of did you dirty or whatever.
Exactly.
Right? We're not saying that the whole woman species and the male species were all flawed. Right? But if you're looking for a certain, type or caliber or something, your taste, you might have to change your scenery.
Yeah.
Or change where you go, to do something different.
Do something different as well. But I also do think that only a secure man can approach a woman who may be intimidated to the weak one.
That's true.
So it takes a strong man to even handle a woman who is so-called independent or so-called unapproachable, or just give off that kind of spirit. Right.
Here's Shirley. She said, especially when you try to approach us and we look at you with the side eye, what he want. Listen, nobody wants to deal with, no guy wants to deal with rejection. Listen, women, guys deal with rejection a whole lot different than women deal with rejection, because you all got to understand the dynamic of women are always men. The men may be always coming at y'all, no matter if what the color, the shape, the size. Men may always be coming at y'all. Women, you got to understand, men don't always much. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that since men do not like rejection, that it takes them a lot to approach a woman, and they have to strategize how they gonna do it. I was blown away this weekend of what I heard. That it's a strategy thing.
It is strategy. Strategy.
I didn't know that.
Yes, there is.
I didn't know that.
It's a strategy, man. Because sometimes you come up and you got a group of women. Right? If the group, boy, the whole pack.
The friend was like, "Nuh-uh, she got some people around her. Don't go over there." Like, what?
Right, because your whole crew gonna pump you up to just diss the dude. Why he wanna come over here? Because really, she's just the one that's talking all the mess. She's just mad because you got the attention and he didn't want to talk to you. But that's a whole nother story.
Okay.
No strategy, just be yourself. Whatever, Shay. What is Shannon?
Okay, a takeover spirit sometimes feel disrespectful to men. Okay, Pastor Marcus also said a man who sits around passively makes a woman put on their takeover spirit. Absolutely,
that's true. All right, let's go over here. T, what up, T? T said, I agree that guys deal with rejection different. You're the hunter, so it's not getting the prey, just a metaphor. Okay. No strategy. Be yourself. All right. Elton Penn said, let's remember that there are some weak men who appear strong that will still approach because of what they want and not who they are. That's good.
That is true, because I was told, like I told you before, wait, what they say?
I don't know.
You attract what you are. You attract what you are. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, listen, y'all don't forget to call in 424-390-6993. We want to hear you all's point. 424-390-6993. You don't have to just type it in there. Holler at us. Because you may have another, viewpoint that we're not pulling out. So we would love to hear from y'all.
There's just too many rules. Which is why I'm focusing on getting closer to God and allow him to bring the right person to me, because it's just too much. You know what, girl? I agree. It's too much.
You didn't even say that with a straight face.
I'm just
You ain't even said that with a straight face. You don't, but she don't believe that. Come on, A1. She don't even believe that. You know what, girl?
I'm tired. It's just too much.
Oh man. But listen.
But back to our
the whole
he not your daddy.
He not your daddy. She not your mama. We have to temper these expectations.
Absolutely. I agree.
I think expectations have to be tempered, but parents
are necessary.
Right? Because let's just say if you didn't have the optimal mom or the optimal dad, now you're looking for this mate to replace
what you never seen.
Right, what you never seen. Or let's do it like this. You don't even know how to accept a woman loving you, brother. Or a man loving you, sister, because on some level you might didn't receive that love growing up. So you don't know that this person's trying to be genuine, and you think this person got something up their sleeve.
Exactly.
Because the guy is chivalrous, he's being nice, and he's immediately pegged as the nice guy. Or if he's aggressive or, too boisterous, or he's the alpha male or this, that, and the other, then it triggers you because, you know what I mean? Much. It's right. You know what I'm saying?
Can't do it.
Right. When he's actually just a good guy, it's just, that's just his nature. He's just an alpha male. Right. So I think it works. The woman is just, hey, bro, she's turning you off. It's just a matter of
what you can handle, and then being realistic and seeing that person for who they are, and not trying to change them or make them into something that they're not.
Right,
or don't want to be.
We got some making. Let's be honest. We got some making spirits. I think when you get into the relationship, each party, I think, will change innately. Right, yes, or organically you'll change. Want to do. Right, because you feel
to be better for this person.
You feel that you care for this person. You like them.
Making me change. Right. I'm changing because I want to.
Right. You'll catch something because you're starting to get to know him, and he's starting to grow on you. Be like, oh, I see that he likes such and such, and without him even knowing, you did this, and you be like, oh wow. Or he starts to see that boom, 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 and she'll like, okay, he paying attention.
Absolutely.
And he's like, dude, we got a bad thing about listening. Like, because y'all, women get to talking. And when y'all talk, y'all start talking. And be talk. So, and we just sometimes, I'm being honest, for me, I just tune you out. Be like, listen, how would, my best friend. And some, you listening, and to interject in like, to make her believe that I was listening, because I really wasn't listening. I was really trying to pay attention at the basketball game or the football game or something that wrong, or the TV. Man, okay. But listen, it has been said, I don't know if it's true, that women use about 15,000 words a day, and men are somewhere around 5,000 words a day.
Really?
That is a 10,000 word difference.
Yeah. That's a big difference.
That's a big difference, because y'all be talking. And when y'all talk, y'all just talking.
No, we be saying stuff that's important.
To
maybe
who?
If y'all listen, we wouldn't have to say. Because sometimes we done said it already, but since y'all didn't listen the first time, we got to say it again.
See, now you getting like my mama. I set you up for the okie doke. See how I just set you up for that okie doke? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Come on here. That's what mamas do. Mamas be like badgering a brother. Like, did you hear me tell you? Did you hear me? Blah, blah, blah. Boy, did you hear me? I said it the first time. Like, that's that mama. That's what mamas do.
Well, we want you to hear it. See, I don't like repeating myself.
I'm just saying.
And if I have to repeat
ain't that just
myself,
something what your mama would say? Listen, don't make me repeat myself. You just mama in all. Thank you for validating my point, ladies and gentlemen. Andrea Renee just ding, 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 ding. This round goes to Ro because she just said this round goes to me because I don't like repeating myself. And if I got to repeat myself, it's going to be a problem. Wait a minute. You ain't my mama. What you talking about?
Said you wasn't listening.
I did.
And because you're not listening because we talk so much. Well, if you listened the first time, I wouldn't have to talk so much.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You right. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. The question on here. Is it a bad thing to express ourselves? I guess that's for men.
I guess
no,
so.
It's not a bad thing to express yourself. But like we said, I said it last week. It's not what you say or how you say it. It's when you say it. I believe that women are smart enough to know what to say to get their man to do whatever it is that you need him to do.
Yeah.
How to say it that is going to trigger him without any teasing of any physical attributes that you possess. Have you tapped into him that when you speak to him in such a way, it makes him move? And then when to say it. See, that's the point right there. You see, Andrea, she want to use all this physicalities in the communication. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to be, don't be messy. Don't be trying to bring the coochie coupon into the whole situation to make him move or do something you want to do.
But that coupon is real.
I'm not saying it ain't real, but you can't, like, here it is. We may be veering off. You can't, women, don't use your body as a weapon. That's not good. Wives, we're talking to the wives.
But it do work.
You know,
don't do that. It do though. It work. It work.
I don't know. You talking to me? I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't know what you looking at me like. It worked. Like, what am I supposed to say? Yeah, it worked. You ain't gonna get me in trouble up here on this thing. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I'm just saying you don't use. Men don't withhold. Husbands, husbands don't withhold from your wife, man. Wives don't withhold from your husband because I heard this in a different conversation. I can't remember. My thing is, I think a man said, if you're withholding, that means you're giving me a license to go cheat.
What?
Because as a husband, if my wife is gonna say, you know what, I'm not having sex with you because you married, blah, 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 that means you're okaying him to go get it from somewhere else.
No.
So why are you using your body to punish?
That ain't no okay though. Just because I'm withholding don't mean. Now I'm not saying
come on here, Beard.
Do this. I'm not saying withhold ladies for punishment. Don't do that now. But if I choose to do so, that don't give I can't cuss. I was about to cuss. That don't give you the permission to go somewhere else because I said no tonight. Now
but what are you saying no
in the morning?
But why are you saying no tonight? Like why? Because why?
I don't feel
but that's your husband. Like these are the things that need to be talked about. You are in the mood. You in the mood. See, that's the whole you trying to, you know what I'm saying? You trying to control. That's again, you have to understand if we're putting this in a Christian context, right? We're not those of you that may be viewing that are not Bible believing Christians or whatever. We're sorry, but we're putting this in a Christian context. The Bible tells us that man, your body is not your own. Female, your body is not your own. You don't own it. So you don't have the right as a married couple to withhold yourself from me. You know that you lost that. As the husband, he lost it. Wife, you lost it. That body belonged to your husband. Husband, that body belonged to your wife. It ain't yours. So you can't be over here talking about, I'm putting you on punishment. What the devil?
I don't agree with that. I don't think you should use that as a punishment. Absolutely not. But I feel if it was done, that don't mean you're supposed to go sleep with somebody else.
I just said, does that give, because what you're doing is you're putting you're giving room to him going to find physical pleasure with someone. How not? You saying you withholding on purpose.
I said even if she do
Mm.
withhold, it's not forever, and you can hold on for a day or two.
That's
Okay.
that is some sugar honey iced tea if I ever heard of it, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me read some of these things.
Where you starting at? Wait.
I don't even know.
I start from 646. Shannon said it's a bad thing to express yourself. After that, we didn't read those. So, we listen to our actions. Start there.
Where?
Go up.
648.
She made a comment.
648. Well, we listened to your actions. So Drea won. We listened to your actions. So Drea won that round. Thank you very much.
All right, come on, Beard. What did he say?
I don't even want to read him. You know?
See, I will get Beard. We don't like that. A real man does not want to be treated like a child. No need to remind. No need to be verbose. That's not necessary.
And I agree.
Okay, then we'll keep on going down.
He said, y'all don't be listening. You tune us out when we're talking.
All right.
So if you're tuning us out and you haven't heard anything that I said, that means I need to repeat myself because you ain't heard me.
So then Valerie said, keep ignoring her and eventually she'll stop talking. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Shannon said, if you're my husband, I'm using my body when needed. Shannon, you ain't right.
Okay.
Valerie, I agree. Shannon said, who said we're withholding from our husbands? Never.
Exactly. I said,
you said you was putting them on punishment. You better stop that. The devil
do that.
The devil is a lie.
I did say that. Rewind the tape. I said you should not use it as a form of punishment. I also said, but if you as a woman choose to do so, that does not mean that the husband, that gives you permission to go on and sleep with somebody else.
I didn't say it gives you permission. I'm saying you're opening the door because I
ain't opening no door. That door is still closed. Just because this lady decides to not give you none tonight, don't mean she might not want some in the morning. You know, who knows? She might need to calm on down. Sometimes when you have a little riff, you might got to take a little break. I don't want to have sex right now. Give me a minute in the morning.
you still sticking to your morning. That's punishment. Listen,
it ain't punishment.
Pastor Beard, he said that don't work. That don't work on marriage. Your body belongs to him and his body belongs to you.
I agree.
If the marriage is right, it's oneness. It's his. You can't say, I don't want, nope. That sugar honey iced tea don't work.
So
don't work.
I understand that. And you don't use it as a form of punishment. So, okay, so this is a question.
All right, come on with the question.
You married.
Listen, okay, hold on. 42439. Call, holler at us.
You have an argument or a disagreement.
Okay.
You're not supposed to really argue. Having a disagreement, and you know your mood is just off, and you don't want to have sex right now. It's
okay.
Just, ain't no closeness. I don't really like you right now. So you trying to say, how am I supposed to perform when my mood is off? Give me a minute and I'll hit you in the morning. Because if my mood is off, my body gonna be off. If my body off, the juices ain't gonna flow right. And if the juices ain't flowing right, then the sex ain't gonna be good. So hey, give me a minute.
But I would argue from a husband's position, because I was married for 6 years. If he knows his wife, he know what to do to change your mind. I felt glory right up and through. I'm sorry. I felt glory come right up and through there. He should know. You should be able to quell your husband's attitude, and he should be able to knock all of that attitude out of you.
Point goes to Ro. I get that. Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. Ro just won that. Because again, as Pastor Beard said, there's oneness there. There should not be so much anger, as you said, towards him.
Yeah.
That, and even if it is, stop. He should know certain buttons to push.
To turn that thing around.
And vice versa. And her as well. Mm-hmm. She should know how to just kill that thing to be like, you know what? You done had to you stop. And boom, before you know it, all things are wonderful back in the household. Again, this for married couples now.
Yes.
Married people. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, what's it? They gotta tease us, sis. After that bad mood, tap a butt, flirt, apologize, something. Shannon, you crazy.
Yes.
Right, but I'm just saying, I would think from a husband's position, you ought to know your wife so well, bro, that you know you messed up. Mm-hmm. Right? You may have said something wrong, you may have acted wrong, and not to necessarily get back in her good graces, but you should know how your wife, how you need to turn that thing right around. And a woman should, well, you know, girl, come on, girl, you know if you messed up.
Yeah, they say you don't go to bed mad.
That's what, again, why? Because you're giving, you give room, right? And I could say I think I messed up sometimes in marriage because I was just stubborn trying to get my way, and I would go to bed mad, and it just. And really, what you arguing over when the big scheme of things, it ain't right. It ain't
that serious.
It's not that serious. But one person's trying to win their argument, their point. She's trying to win her point, and it's just not good.
Then no point is being made.
Exactly. Right.
Everybody's just
right. You treating them like your mama. Go to your bed. Go to your room and don't come out.
And don't come out.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't treat him like, because what? You ain't his mama. You can't send him over here.
You can't send him away.
Like, don't be putting nobody on the couch. You ain't his mama. What you doing casting him out the bed?
Exactly.
Like, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard in the world.
You can't make her do something she don't want to.
Exactly. Like,
you ain't her daddy.
Exactly. Where you now? Stubborn. Where you now? Stubborn. No, that's Ebony. Well, hold on. What? Sometime I just turned on. Sometimes I'm turned on by a good fight. See, listen, y'all crazy out here in these streets.
That's good.
Y'all crazy out here in these streets. Just I'm turned on by a good fight. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that be the,
hey, men can't win for losing. They can't win for losing out here in these streets.
Hit you with that good morning.
What is you stuck on the morning, man? you just gonna punish the man. Listen,
it ain't punishment, because I guarantee you that morning you ain't gonna remember what happened last night.
It's whatever. I'm saying, don't be trying to kick the dude out the bed. Like that was one rule that I had. I think I told my ex, I said there will never come a day where I'm not sleeping in my bed.
So you ain't sleeping on the couch?
I've never and will never.
You ain't gonna
sleep on the couch. There is no.
You can't say, I'm gonna need you to take your pillow to the couch.
I don't care what has happened. Right? But no, because that's just no. And I'm not sending you. I'm not sending you like, oh, you gonna go sleep. Nah, man, like, who do I really think I am to determine where you gonna sleep? Yeah, like, nah, that's ground rules number one. She ain't never kicking me out the bed. Like, don't even form your mouth. Don't even form your thoughts
into
thinking that I'm going to sleep somewhere else.
Oh, I ain't never about to sleep nowhere else. So that's out.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, man, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. What Shannon say? Never break bed, and don't go to bed angry, because you never know what tomorrow will bring, or if we'll be even make it to see another day. Just saying. Yeah,
that's true.
We own that. How much time we got left? We got about 4 minutes. We got about 4 minutes left, y'all. Listen. But she said makeup sex is the best sex. Girl, how you know? Listen, holler at us. We like these comments. If anybody has something to add on, she ain't your daddy, he ain't your I mean, he ain't your daddy. She ain't your mama. Y'all holler at us. We got a couple of more minutes to go. 424-390-6993. Beard, what he said? That's that crazy spirit that like fighting is gonna leave you lonely. No king wants a crazy woman. The king wants peace in his kingdom. I would have to.
I would have to agree. Absolutely.
I would have to agree. There has to be peace.
It has
in
to be peace.
The kingdom.
But know that I'm not saying you supposed to fight or nothing, but it will be disagreements.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be disagreements, like
because we're not the same person,
right?
And I'm going to think differently than you. So, but yes, peace is always the goal.
So then, for you, since you were saying who has the last say?
It shouldn't be who has. If we gonna come to an agreement.
Here you go.
Hey, the producer over there looking at me crazy because he want me to say me. Huh? I have the last say. Andrea Renee always has the last say. But I'm learning. I'm learning to have peace and just,
right? Because if he, I'm just saying, can we have the argument just for the sake?
Word is not trying to just have the last word. Sometimes it's just, it makes it worse. Sometimes. Not all the time.
You think?
Because I really don't care. But sometimes it makes it worse.
Right. Because hypothetically, we got a couple of minutes. If he said, okay, you were at the table, we're discussing, let's just throw something generic out here. The refrigerator. Right. I'm just throwing a simple, we're going to get a new refrigerator. And you say, all right, baby, I like this refrigerator. And he's like, you know what? I really don't like that refrigerator. But
and he said that,
right? He said, "I really don't like."
Don't use it. Well, I mean, what's the?
We're having a discussion. See, I'm trying to help. And he was like, "Baby, I really don't like that refrigerator." Blah blah blah. Because he may be whatever. He just don't like it for whatever reason. He don't like it. And then you're coming back. Well, I like it because it has this, that, and the other. Right? All these particular features. And then he says, "All right, let's get that refrigerator."
Absolutely.
Now are you giving him the decision? Is the final decision his because he said
because he made the right decision?
But what if he said, "All right, we're not getting that refrigerator"?
Well, that wasn't the right decision. Then we're gonna have to go on until you decide that this is the right decision.
But what if listen, y'all? I'm just creating mess because I just want to mess with Andrea, right? Because
he made the right decision to get this good old fridge there,
right? I'm making that just really as a generic.
I know.
But as what are you deferring to him as the head of the household? No matter what the decision is, we talked about it. Basically, I'm not saying he's not leaving you out. He's not treating you as less than. He's not treating you as a second tier citizen or anything like that. You all sat down. You had a discussion. He put his on the table. You put yours on the table. And he said, okay, this is which way we going to go. No matter if it's yours or not, are you rocking with the decision your husband made? Whether you like it or you don't, this is the decision my husband made for the house. I'm following him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lying. We getting out of here. Andrea, no,
I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet. That's a good answer. But when I get there, oh Lord, the heavens will open. Come on. All right.
Thank you, Auntie Shelly. She said, yes, that's how.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work.
Right. Like
that's how it's supposed to work.
Right. Whether he rocking with your opinion, not to say again, he hasn't devalued your opinion.
Absolutely.
He heard you. Y'all brought it to the table. It's all of the thing. And he said, okay, well, but this is the decision. Whether he going with your opinion or his opinion or not, he made the decision as the head of the household. This which way we
as the head. That's the way he makes a decision, and you're supposed to follow it. Period.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
I'm so messing with you all tonight. I know you, but listen, again, some people some women don't rock with that. Listen, and that's
how it's supposed to go.
That might be a show topic that we come back with. Because does that mean? I think that would segue into ride or die.
No,
How was that not a component of ride or die? Whether my decision is wrong or right, that's not up for debate. That's not what we talk about.
That just I don't know if it go
because every decision he make not gonna be right.
It ain't.
And it's just not. But do I trust God enough to follow the man that God has given me? I don't think that's a man problem. That might be your trust in God, because if he's a man of God, I'm saying if he's a man of God, what you supposed to, if
he is, then yes,
you're supposed to rock
with it, because you want somebody to lead you, but you also want to know that the person that's leading him is God, because you can't lead me into no ditch.
Can't lead him into no ditch. But then he looking.
So you got to trust that who's leading him is God.
Oh, that's good. Well, you should have came and she said he's looking to see if you can trust him. Most men want to know that you trust him.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust you. Mm-hmm.
We about to go. Listen, I love y'all. There's nothing you can do about it. Thank you all for joining us
for tuning in
on tonight for She Ain't Your Mama, He Ain't Your Daddy. I know we veered off a little bit, but I think it was good discussion. We gonna end with the fact all the women are coming in here saying he's the king. Absolutely.
Yeah,
he wants to trust you, right? I think that's right. And listen, any man that's really smart, if your woman is giving you good advice, come on now, ladies.
Listen.
The man is not gonna. I think I would vouch for the man. If the man knows that you have good advice and he's taking it to heart and he does have that relationship with God and he talks to him in his prayer time and all that stuff, he's going to take all that information into consideration and try to the best of his ability to make the best decision for the family.
Absolutely.
So don't kill us because we just have these talking points for now. We want marriages to succeed. We want women to be queens out there, and we want men to be kings. So listen, we love y'all. Andrea Renee, tell them what all your social media posts, all where they can find you at.
So you can find me on Instagram at only one Andrea Renee, also A Renee Realty and Design on Instagram, and that's it.
All right. Listen, same bad time, same bad channel. We'll be back next Thursday for another episode of Real Talk with Ro. Listen, we out.
We out.
No, we're not out yet. What's this Sunday?
Oh, I keep on forgetting. I'm sorry, you all. This Sunday, celebrating my first year anniversary here as pastor of People's Independent Church of Christ. So you all come on out, invite your friends, tell any and everybody. We're going to be having the appreciation service on the parking lot, 11 a.m., 5856 West Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 943. 5856 West Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 943. This Sunday, 11 a.m. Y'all come rock with your boy. Let's have a great time and let's celebrate what God is doing over here in this particular part of the vineyard. We'll have our mask. We're going to be socially distanced. We're going to be checking temperatures, all that good stuff. So you all, we got the temperature gun and the whole nine. So I'm looking to see you all this Sunday. Come celebrate with your boy. Yes. Love you all. Thank you. Love you all. See you all. Hopefully this Sunday. If not this Sunday, see you all on Thursday for Real Talk with Ro. We out.